Hi lovelies, welcome back to my channel. A lot of you guys have asked me to do an updated face tutorial video, as well as tutorials on my hair combos, so that's what we'll be doing in this video today. And just before we get started, I also have my color palette linked in my description box below. I know a lot of you guys have been asking me for that, but without further ado, let's just get straight into the video. Okay you guys, so the first face we are going to be doing is this one. So let's go ahead and go over here and then do our skin tone. This is the hex code for the skin color, and then we are going to go over here and do her makeup. So I'm going to go ahead and choose these eyes right here, and then the color we will be using is this color, and this is its hex code. Now moving on to the brows, I really only use straight brows, but please feel free to use whatever brows you like. I'm going to go ahead and do these brows right here, and then this is the color we'll be using and its hex code. Now onto the lips, I'm going to choose these lips right here, and I absolutely love these lips. I think they're so beautiful, and we're going to do this color, and here's its hex code. Now for the facial highlight, I'm going to pick this one right here. I'm actually not sure if this one is in the baddie pass or where I got it, because I recently just unlocked a lot of things in the baddie pass. So if you do not have this one, I also really like this one right here. I feel like it looks super cute and very similar. And then for the highlight, we'll be using this color and this hex code, but I'm just going to put this one back on. Okay, so now for the accessories. So for our first eyeshadow, I'm going to use this one right here, and we're just going to leave it as its basic color. And then we're going to come down here and do this eyeshadow right here, and we'll make it this color, and there's its hex code. Now we're going to go ahead and add some blush. So for blush, I really only like to use like these two right here, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add this one, and we're going to pick this color, and here's its hex code. Same for the other blush, we're just going to use this color, and here's its hex code. Now moving on to our nose, we are going to be doing this nose right here, and this is the color for it as well as its hex code. And then I love to always add like freckles or moles to my faces. I'm going to go ahead and pick this mole right here, the one that's just right on the cheek. I think it's so cute. And now we are all done with this face. I think it is absolutely gorgeous. I hope you guys think so too. And then I totally forgot about lashes. I'm so sorry. But for my lashes, I really like to do type 9 and then just scale them down to 0.49, as well as for the Y position, we'll do 0.49 as well. And then for the color of the lashes, it's just this color for this face. Okay, you guys, so for our next face, we're going to be doing this one. So let's just go over here and choose our skin tone. We'll be doing this one, and this is the color and the hex code for it. And then let's go ahead and go over here. So for her lashes, I'm actually going to make them a bit darker. We'll do this hex code for the lashes. Okay, and now for the eyes, we are going to go ahead and do these eyes right here. And we're going to go ahead and make them this color, and here's its hex code. I think these eyes are so pretty. Now for the brows, I'm just going to do the same brows that I did last time, and we're going to make them this hex code right here. And next for the lips, we're going to go ahead and do these lips right here. They are just so pretty, you guys. And we're going to do this color, and here's its hex code. Now moving on to our face highlight, we're going to go ahead and do this one right here, and we'll use this hex code. And now onto our accessories for the face. We're going to go to the eyeshadow area, and we're going to add this one, and we'll make it this hex code right here. And then we are also going to go to the everything area, and we're going to grab this eyeshadow, and we'll make it this hex code. I'm not very sure if everybody has this eyeshadow. I think it is there for everyone, but if you don't, you can just go ahead and use this eyeshadow right here. I feel like it does basically the same thing. This is what it looks like with that same hex code. They do look a lot alike, but I'm just going to change mine back to this one. Now for the nose on this one, I did use two noses, and I think one of them is from a doll code, so I will show you guys an alternative. We're going to scroll down here, and we're going to grab this nose, and we are going to make it this hex color. And then I added this nose right here right on top of it. I believe it is from the Tropical Summer DLC doll, and we're going to use this hex code as well for this nose. Now if you don't have this one, there's a lot of options you could use. If you scroll to the bottom, you can use this one in the bottom left. It gives it a nice defined look. I think it's so pretty. And then you could also use this one right here, and I think it's just as cute as well. So you have all those options to do, but I'm just going to take this one off and put the original one back on. Next we're going to move on to blush. So I'm going to use this one right here. You'll find it if you scroll down all the way at the bottom on the left, and we're going to make it this hex code. And then before we finish, I'm so sorry you guys, I totally forgot that we do use this eyeshadow as well. Even though it is an alternative to this one, if you don't have it, you still want to use this one. I think this face is just absolutely stunning, but let's go on to the next one. Okay, you guys, and for our next face, we're gonna do this one. So let's go ahead and go in here. And then for our skin tone, we'll use this one right here, and here's its hex code. And then let's go ahead and do her makeup. So for her eyes, I'm gonna go ahead and pick these eyes right here. I think they're so pretty, you guys. And then the hex code is gonna be this color. For her brows, of course, I'm gonna do these brows again, and then we'll make them this hex code as well. For her lips, we're gonna do these two-toned lips right here. I think this is something you have to get out of the baddie pass, but I will show you guys an alternative to use. So for the middle lip color, we're gonna do this hex code, and then for the outside lip color, we're gonna do this hex code. If you guys do not have these lips, you could also use these lips right here. You could just make them a bit darker, like this hex code right here, as well as these super cute lips again, and the same hex code. These lips and the hex code will be the same, or these lips right here with the same hex code, of course. Now moving on to the facial highlight, we're gonna go ahead and do this one right here, and we'll make it this hex code. And now on to the accessories. So for our eyeshadow, we're gonna use this one, of course, and we'll make it this hex code. We're also gonna use this one right here, and we'll make it this hex code. And then we'll also use this one if you have it, and we'll make it the same hex code as the one before. And now on to the nose. We're gonna go ahead and do this nose right here, and we'll make it this hex code. And now we're just gonna add some blush and some moles. So we're gonna go ahead and do this blush right here, and we'll make it this color right here. And then for our moles, we're just gonna pick this one right here, and we'll leave it as it is. And now we're all done with this face. It is so pretty, and I love the lips especially. They're just so cute. But let's go ahead and move on to the next face. Okay, lovely. So for our last face, we are going to be doing this face. So let's go ahead and go in here. We're gonna use this skin tone, and now let's go do her makeup. Okay, you guys, so for her eyes, we're gonna use these eyes right here again, and we'll make them this pretty green color. For her brows, I'm gonna go ahead and use these, and we'll make them this color right here. For her lips, I am going to be using the Tropical Summer Doll Code lips. However, if you don't have that, I will show you some alternatives. So we're going to add these lips, and we'll make them this color. If you don't have these lips, we'll go ahead and do these lips instead, and we'll keep them the same color. Or you could also use these lips right here, the same color as well, or these lips, and they'll also be the same color. But I'm just going to go ahead and use these. For her facial highlight, I'm going to go ahead and use this one right here, and we'll just leave it as it is. Okay, and now for her accessories, I'm going to go to the eyeshadows, and we're going to add this one, and we'll make it this hex code. We're also going to go to the everything side, and then we're going to use this one, and we'll leave it as it is. And now for her nose, we're going to go ahead and go over here and pick this one right here, and we'll do this hex code for it. And now we're just going to add a bunch of freckles and moles. So we're going to do the freckles all over the face, and we'll leave them as they are. We're going to do these moles right here, and we'll leave them as they are. And we're also going to do the freckles over the nose and leave them as they are. And now we have this beautiful face. And we are all finished with the face combos, so now we are going to be moving on to our hair combos. Okay, so we're going to start with this hair combo. We'll start by adding this hair right here, and you can pick any color you want. I'm just going to go ahead and do this color, and the hex code is right here. And then we're going to go ahead and adjust this hair a bit. So we are going to do the Y position as 0.48, and then the Z position as 0.48 as well. And then we'll go ahead and leave it at that. Next, we're going to scroll down and go ahead and add these buns right here. And then for the position, Y will be 0.47, Z will be 0.58. For the rotation, Y will be 0.54, and that is all we will do for that hair. Next, we are going to go ahead and add this hair right here. And then for position, the Z will be 0.60, and that's all we will do for that hair. Next, we're going to go ahead and scroll down again and go ahead and add this hair right here. And we're just going to leave it as it is. Next, we're going to grab this hair, and we'll change the Z position to 0.55. Next, we're also going to grab this hair. We're going to do no bangs. The Y position will be 0.40. The Z position will be 0.58. And that's all we'll do for this one. Now we're going to go ahead and grab this one. We'll do only bangs. And that's all we'll do for that one. We're going to grab this one right here. Only bangs. We'll make the Y position 0.49 and the Z position 0.47. And now we are all done with this hair. I think it looks just so cute. I hope you guys enjoyed as well. But let's go on to the next hair combo. Okay, you guys, so we're going to be doing this hair combo next. next. So we're going to go ahead and scroll down here and go ahead and grab this hair right here. And then we're going to go ahead and use this color right here for it. For our adjustments, the Y position is going to be 0.49. And that's all for the adjustments. Now we're going to go ahead and add this hair right here. And then the Y position is going to be 0.47. And then we're going to add this hair right here. And our rotation on the Y area is going to be 0.46. Next, we are going to add this hair right here, and our position on the Y will be 0.56. Our position on the Z will be 0.53. Our rotation in the Y area will be 0.44, and our scale will be 0.29. Next, we are going to add this hair. Our Y position will be 0.56. Our Z will be 0.59. Now we're going to grab this hair, only bangs. Our Y position will be 0.48. And lastly, we're going to grab this hair right here. Our Y position will be 0.47, as well as our Z, and our scale will be 0.38. And now we have just completed this super cute hair combo. Now we will be doing this hair combo. We are going to go ahead and add this hair, and we'll make it this color, and here's its hex code. For our positioning, we're going to go ahead and make Y 0.47, and we'll make Z 0.63, and we'll make our scale 0.55. Next, we'll add this hair, and our Z position will be 0.60, only bangs. We'll also use this bun, only bangs. And now we'll go to the bangs area and use these bangs right here. And lastly, we're going to use this hair. We'll make it long and we'll color it. And now we're all done with this simple yet cute hairstyle. Okay, and for our last hair combo, we will be doing this one. First, we're going to go over to the bangs section and grab these bangs right here. And we'll make them this color. Next, we're going to grab this hair right here. And our Y position will be 0.43. Our Z position will be 0.58. And our scale will be 0.51. Next, we'll add this bun, but only use the bangs. We'll also add this bun and only use the bangs. We're going to use this hair right here. Our Y position will be 0.37. Our Z will be 0.58. Next, we'll grab this hair. Our Y will be 0.41. Our Z will be 0.61. Our scale will be 0.70. Now we'll add this hair right here. We'll do no bangs. Our Z will be 0.55. Next, we'll add this bun, no bangs, and we'll leave it as it is, and we'll make no adjustments. And lastly, we'll add this hair right here, and our Z position will be 0.61. And now you have this absolutely beautiful hairstyle. I had to leave the hairdressing area just because the bun was too high, you couldn't see it all. But now we are all done with the hair combos. Okay, you guys, that is all we have for today. I really hope these tutorials helped you, as well as the hair combos. I really enjoyed making them for you guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider leaving a like, maybe even subscribing. I would really appreciate it so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, you guys!